Summer has arrived. It don't look like it right now. We're fortunate to have a little bit of cloud cover, but you know, we've had so much rain and everything for the past several weeks. Everybody's like, I don't know when it's going to stop. Well, I think we know now. It's been a few days since our last rain, and it wasn't much, and it has been hot. So summer, unfortunately, has arrived. But I have got to get this bush hog up and running, if at all possible. That mainly because there's still some pastures that I need to get bush hogged to get some of that trash cut down. Mainly, even more importantly now, there is that rooster again. Even more importantly now than before, because when we start getting less rain, you want to make sure that that rain is falling on the good grasses and not the trash, the weeds. So it's getting too hot almost to spray effectively without damaging everything. So I've got to get this bush hog up and running, if at all possible. This bush hog is several years old. And I found that we were having some leakage on the gearbox right here, which is a pretty common place for seals to go bad on that bearing. But I don't know. It has been a while since I have messed with the fluids because never had an issue. I've borrowed a couple of bits to see if I can get into the back of the gearbox to check the gear oil. And check the gear oil. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Yeah, it is turned off hot. You can tell because I've broke out the cooling rag, which I haven't had that on since last summer. Supposed to be about 92 today. Heat index, I think, about 98, which is not as bad as it gets, but when it's been in the 80s and heat index, you know, 85, 86, 87. Anyway, let me get set up here and we'll see what we can do, okay? I was able to borrow some of these bits. That one's too big. That one too big. That one is just right. And I don't know if it's because of the wear on that, or I don't know. That might be it right there. All right, let me attach this and see what happens. All right. Nope. Just strips it out. Now what? Ouch. The deck of this bush hog's pretty warm too. This socket was already broke that I borrowed. It was half-proof. Now it won't. Oh. Hammered it on there. Rolled that edge a little bit. Get on there. Alright, there we go. Never really fit real good anyway. But like I was saying, the deck of this bush hog is a bit warm too. Oh, looky there. Looky there. Yes. All right. Lord, that don't smell like it had gear oil in it. Smells like they put motor oil in it. I know I didn't do that. Well, we're kind of back at where we were before. I had to stop and get some gear oil. Found it, and then Had to get me some rejuvenation drink. Alright, well that breeze feels good. Wow. Now, if the breeze could just fix the humidity, that would be great. Anyway, so let me get the gear oil open, add some to the gearbox, put it back together, and then I guess the next step after that will be to put it on the tractor, give it a couple of test runs. Well, I might as well sharpen the blades before I do that, so if it does run, at least that's done. So let's get busy. Put that in a safe place. Oh yeah, back pocket. So I don't forget to put it in the wash. Haha. All right. Let's get this open. We're just going to go a little bit below that first notch, because that hole's plenty big. Maybe a little fatter. Yeah, smell it. All right. All right. Okay, only thing left to do now is kick it on, see what happens. So far so good. Well, it is the next day, and time for us to see if our repairs on the bush hog makes any difference. So I'm going to get the water tank unhooked and get the bush hog hooked back up. See what we got. Well, on that test, so far so good. Man, it's hot. Whew. All right, tractor's fuel. I'm fueled. Let's see if this is going to work. So far, so good. Well, we've made our first full pass. So far, so good. Sharpening the blade sure did help. Which, I mean, that sounds like a stupid statement, but I wasn't really able to do much. But you can sure tell a difference. There's a couple of old tubs out here that they emptied and then kind of rolled off. So I'm going to pick them up and move them over to where I've already been. That way I won't have to stop on the next round or two and get a hold of them. I'm watching because I know there is a big hole over here somewhere. I've already had one little floof with a hole, but I know there's another one somewhere. I don't know. I bet you I find it. I mean, I may not find it the way I want to, but I bet I do. So far, everything's been going well with the bush hog. I only hit one spot that the PTO kicked off. Why, I really don't know. The way it happened, I actually kind of thought I had popped a shear pin, but it started right back up, and here we go. So who knows. All right, let's get back at it. Cover to keep it from being just horribly hot. Don't get me wrong, it's still hot, but not as bad as it could be. Plus there's a nice little breeze blowing. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a mark right there, a little white mark. That, after some experience for a couple years with this tractor, I've learned when I'm trash cutting, I don't want to cut it too deep. I still want to leave about 6-8 inches, but that way the grass opens up and the good stuff comes back a little faster. But when you hit really trashy stuff, I'll drop it down and take it down to the ground. but then that mark helps me find my spot when I get back to the other. The reason you want to take that other stuff down to the ground as far as possible, because if you don't, it takes it 2 to 3 days, it seems like, and it's back up where it was. So you want to take it down as low as possible. There's pockets that are worse than others, but the rest of it I want to leave at about 6-8 inches, maybe even 10 inches, depending on the lay of the land. Well, I found one of the holes that I knew of. Yeah, and I did it the right way before I hit it. All right, now for the second half of the day. All right, we've got some girls in the barn that need to be moved out over here on pasture. The boy that's in there, and then one of the boys that is in the barn back there, need to be moved up to the ram spot up front. So I've got to move some things around. Oh, the bush hog did absolutely fantastic, except one issue. I've learned in the time that I've been doing this, that if you have issues and you have problems and you overcome it and you work on the issue and you get it done and you get the job done, then that's a wonderful, great day. But you're lucky if it's just one problem, and usually one problem is not all you have. So if you have 10 problems in a day and you work and you overcome them, then nobody died or requires surgery, then it's still a great day. So we have another issue that has come up. The easiest way I have found to do that is to just one side at a time. That on that side. This and that side. Now pin it. Very new stiff pin. All right, those are pinned on. Now find my. I'm hoping that that's not the one that I left over there. No. All right, so then we pin the top hitch, get it centered again as good as we can. Don't have to be perfect. There. Now look at that.